Wait till you see what they sent me in this video. Apparently I'm too old to ride it. Not gonna happen. I'm just coming out now to check my traps to make sure I got no mice or rats running around the neighborhood. Traps are checked. No critters running around the neighborhood yet. And no signs of tracks, so that's a good thing. Wait till you see this video. I have to say that I was pleasantly surprised when this Windone E2 electric fat bike came for me. It's an off-road bike. Unfortunately, I only get to try it out here on the road, but I gotta be straight up honest, it comes very well packed. It weighs about 95 pounds. The bike itself, it comes with all the tools that you need for assembling it. And the very first thing I did is took off the battery. As soon as I had the battery off, I put it on the charger. Because someone said once you get finished assembling it, battery will be charged and ready to go. And that's not necessarily true. If you're half decent spinning a wrench, you'll get it done a lot quicker than what it takes to charge the battery. But anyways, I'm just giving it my first ride here. And if you notice, I have it on Paddle Assist 5 and Gear 7, right out of the get-go. No point in just dipping your toes. If you're going to jump in, you might as well jump in with both feet. So it handles very, very well. I had it going 44 kilometers on the straight. And this is my first ride, and I gotta say, it's my first time. I have absolutely no experience with an e-bike. This is my very first time ever riding on one. And I have to say, I really like it. I think this is going to take me in some phenomenal spots and on some wonderful adventures this spring. So at this point in time, I'm going to go down as far as the highway and back. And at this point in time, I didn't realize the difference between using just a throttle or paddle assist. So I know now that there's a sensor in the sprocket. So as you're paddling, you don't have to be paddle fast enough to try and get resistance. And that's what I was trying to do. I was just paddling like a madman, trying to put resistance, trying to feel the resistance on the paddles. I kind of look like the Road Runner in the cartoons going down there on his e-bike. But later, on my second time down, I realized just as long as the paddles are moving, if the paddles are moving, you're in paddle assist and it's going to give you extra power. I slowed down to, I think it was 27.6 here, with the paddles going, and paddling like a madman, like a maniac. And my next time I come up that hill, I paddle right gentle, and I go 26 kilometers an hour. So I paddle like a maniac for an extra 1.5 kilometers of speed. So I'm pretty cautious coming down here. I'm not going to go full send on it because we do get a lot of sand and salt on our roads, and we're still in the winter mode here, right? So there's still a lot of debris on the road, so I wanted to be a little bit cautious, but I did get it up to 52 coming down here. Speed limit is 60. My next time I come over the hill, I push it a little bit more, but I still didn't go full send. You'll see that shortly. Now I'm paddling up High Mash Hill. A lot of people can't paddle up this on a regular bike.
How you getting on? Good.
But you watch now. And at this time, again, I still didn't realize that as long as the paddles are moving, I'm in paddle assist. So I'm trying to paddle it fast enough where I can actually feel resistance, but I can't quite get it there. But you'll see, I'll slow down, and just for a brief second, the speed will drop down to 19.9 kilometers an hour. It's going to happen any second there now. And then it'll start picking up speed again.
Never slowed down, I don't know what it was. That's High Mash Hill. A lot of people can't paddle up that on a regular bike.
So yeah, I'm very impressed with the bike so far. So far, it's just been basically strictly road testing it, and you'll see that the handlebars are going back and forth pretty quick. That's because my feet are kind of in roadrunner mode here, still unaware of how the bike actually works. You see, I just went for the throttle there to see if I could boost it a little bit more. And you'll see when I climb the next hill. When I climb this hill, you'll see. Just keep an eye on my right hand. As I start to slow down, you'll see that I pin the throttle just to try to more speed. There we go. But no, I gotta say, I really do like this bike, and it's going to be very, very useful for me. And you're going to see some adventures. I'm going to try and figure out where I can take it. But my goal is to get out to Harry's River and come back with a salmon. Now, this is first thing in the morning. I just settled it, so I'm going to go in the house here now and grab a bite to eat. And then I'm going to take it for a ride.
I'm doing 41. I'm not even paddling really. The thing is amazing. 45, 46, 47, 48. I'm doing 26 kilometers an hour. Going up this hill. Hardly paddling.
So by hardly paddling, I climb up this hill and I only lose a kilometer and a half of speed. And like I said, we do get a lot of salt and sand. We put salt and sand on our roads in the winter, so I'm still not going to sand this yet, go full send on over the hill, but in a future video you might see me, you know, get a little bit more rambunctious as I come over this hill.
I just had this thing going 56 kilometers an hour. It's crazy.
I'm leaving the community of Colebrook and I'm going to head to Stephenville. This is all still on the same charge. Only topped it up once. I use the throttle to help get me going here, and then once the throttle gets you moving, you start paddling and you're in paddle assist, slack off the throttle, and away you go. And like I've learned, you don't have to paddle it like a maniac. Like I was at first. I must have looked some foolish. But anyways, live and learn. Listen to the tires. It sounds like I'm riding in Formula 1 here. It gets along at a pretty decent clip. I gotta say, I'm really impressed. And it's quiet, you know. You'll see at the very end of the video, I'm going to take it out and do a little test on the snow for you. I did this clip, I put this clip in here for my buddy Brent Hines. That was Kenny Hines' old garage before Kenny owned it. I think Tom Ford owned it before Kenny. Now I'm getting ready to pull into my cousin Jack's house. Jack wanted to see the bike. I told him what Windone was sending me. This is the Windone E2. It has 20-inch tires, 4 inches wide. It weighs 95 when fully assembled, 95 pounds. And it gets along pretty good. It got a 13 amp hour battery onto it, puts it a maximum of 54.7 volts or something along those lines. So now I'm doing a nighttime test, but I'm using a GoPro.
All right, we're gonna test the lights on this bike. So let me figure out
And the GoPro
where the lights are.
really doesn't capture
I think they're
the nighttime test.
right there. Yeah,
It's much brighter than what the GoPro actually captures, is what I'm trying to say, I guess.
starting to snow, I think. And here we go.
So again, put it in paddle assist 5, right to the max, and away I go. And I was doing 45 kilometers an hour at night, and I felt that I wasn't overdriving the capability of the lights at all. When I look back at this video, it kind of seems like I am.
So yeah, that light is providing plenty of light.
But no, it provides sufficient light. It just didn't get captured well by the GoPro. You can see the kind of the light pattern that it throws out there when I approach the garage. This is now being filmed with my iPhone 14, and it gives you a more realistic, I guess, brightness indicator. Is more to what I'm seeing with the naked eye. Yeah, as you can see, it was snowing there. So the next day, I take it out and give it a little test in the snow. The snow here in the backyard is anywhere between probably 1 inch deep and up to probably 18 to 20 inches in spots. I'm very excited for the snow to melt and the trails to dry up so I can get this bike out and give it a true test. I don't feel in this video I've given you guys a true test of the capabilities of this bike, but that is to come, I promise you. I'll be taking this bike on a lot of adventures. We just need now to wait for the snow to melt and the trails to dry up, and look out, it will be non-stop. But yeah, a wonderful little bike. Thanks to the fine folks at Windone. So yeah, this bike just sent me through a midlife crisis. Apparently, I'm too old to ride it. In the specs, says age 16 to 50. I'm only 57. This bike is going to take me on a lot of adventures. Wait until the snow goes. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video.